All right, guys, how am I sounding? We're doing a last minute live here. Let's see what this delay looks like. I think we're sounding good so far. All right, guys, how am I? Cool. I think we're sounding Gucci. All right, guys. I was like, part of me was like, should I do a video talking about this new Fujifilm or should I just freaking go live and talk about it? Yeah, again, Brandon Washington is changing the game a little bit, him and Jarrell on, people going live and keeping it real. So I got a lot of thoughts on this new Fujifilm camera. And after I watched some more videos and was talking to the homies about it, I was like, hey, I think I might like this now. I'm going to tell the homies I'm live right now. I know it's like hella late. 8, 9, 10. It's like 11 p.m. So some of y'all probably cuddling your cameras right now in bed. Yeah, we'll wait for this to populate a little bit. I'm assuming this isn't going to be a crazy, we probably won't have crazy viewership in this since it is so late. But let's just give it a few minutes. How you guys been? I'll do a check-in here in a moment. Everybody who's in here right now, where are you guys at? What's up, Mario? Sequoia, Gabe, Crispy Clean, Loud and Clear. Make sure this is comments are popping up here. Ooh, my posture's horrible here. Let me I'm gonna raise this up just a hair bit here. There we go. For anybody interested, I'm shooting, I'm using the Blackmagic Pixis right now. Hang on. Cool, yeah. Comments are coming up. We're good. New red kimono or new Fuji red? What's the Fuji red? I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. Hey, what's up, buddy? All from Australia. I got a lot of Australian buddies in LA. I don't know how I kept befriending a bunch of Australians, but it happened. What's up, Kenneth? Lunchtime. Oh, this is perfect. I didn't know it had so many Aussie people up in here. We got some Oregon, as some people call it. I like to say Oregon. What's up? What's up? What's up? Got some Canadians in the house. Blue Mountains, Australia. Man, there's a lot of Australians up in here. This is rad. Wisconsin. Ooh, we got Nashville. My roommate, Mr. Connor McCaskill, you guys might know who he is. He moved here from Nashville area. We got Amsterdam, Guatemala, San Diego, leaving to Palm Springs for a shoot in the morning. Gabe, that's rad. You'll be passing by me. I won't say what town I'm in, but if you watch my videos, you probably know. All right. This is the perfect way to start this. Because the F4 to me definitely seemed like a huge issue. But let me show you some of the gear that makes this option complicated. 1 second. Also, guys, I got out of the shower, so I'm in my sweats. Where's all my expensive cameras at? I don't know where the Hasselblad's at.
I've got horses whiskey. You want some?
Yeah, I'll take a little while. Also, feel free to hop in on this.
I saw that you were live. I was like,
Yeah. Connor might jump in on this live too. I can't find my damn cameras. Guys, don't leave me. Don't leave me. I have abandonment issues. I don't. Yo. What the heck? Oh, I know where it's at. Aha. Don't know where. Yeah, I'm in shambles right now. I don't have anything prepared for this. Ooh. Check it out, guys. Mr. Connor McCaskill bringing some. What is it?
It's just bullet.
Bullet. I don't mind bullet. I usually like bullet for old fashions, but on its own. Let's see. Let's see if I can hold my. Blaine, what's up, buddy? Bro, it's late on New York, isn't it?
Not really good. I'll just do like weirdly right here.
Yeah, pull up a seat, bro. Pull up that stool. Do you know where my Clever Supply bag is at? With all my Leica stuff? You guys, that's how much we're living in excess in this house.
Hey, you want to show off my new Leica?
Oh, yeah.
While
Well,
I get school.
let me see. Buy one, bro. Dude, I think I might. Honestly, if that new Fuji RF was available right now, I honestly probably would have bought it. ADHD. Well, see, even Connor's like, I thought you didn't like it. So there's,
This morning you didn't like it.
yeah, there's been updates.
How much is Fuji paying you?
Not enough.
I don't see yours.
Nikon Red cinema camera. If you're gonna invest into a Red, I would possibly wait, or do the Z mount one. Nikon Monterey. How are you using Pixis as a webcam to stream? I don't know if I can show this. No, it's not gonna reach. It's the Blackmagic recorder, but I believe Terry Warfield, Cherry Warfield, crop top Cherry Warfield. He connects directly through USB-C on this. I'm just gonna go through comments real quick, then I'll get back and talking about the camera stuff. Hawaii, bro, that's how you say Hawaii, huh? You're one of those people that when someone says Hawaii, you go like, Hawaii. I'm like, it's okay. All right, guys. Blaine, you're famous up in this chat, bro. You guys, if you don't know who Blaine is, he just got on YouTube randomly, I think like last year, keeping things real low key, but he has a lot of valuable information to share, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, his stuff's amazing, so go and check him out. Truth or dare? Dare. Dare, dog. Oh, look, guys, it's a crop top Cherry Warfield. Okay. Back to the camera. No, Blaine, this chat, you own this chat, bro. Okay. I still don't know where my Clever Supply bag is. Here, Connor, Connor's going to show you his camera that he's nerding out about recently while I look for cameras.
Ooh. Yep. Look, my channel actually is thriving. If this was my channel, wouldn't that be great? So this is my new purchase. Where's the focus? This is a Leica Mini Lux. It's from, I believe, 1997, and I wanted it specifically because I wanted a point-and-shoot film camera that had actually like a pretty decent lens. So this has on it a 2.4 40 millimeter lens. So if you know anything about 40 mil, give or take 40 to 50 mil, it's roughly-ish what your eye sees in terms of magnification, not field of view. So that's pretty epic. So I'm really curious. I'm supposed to be going to Italy in 5 days. So I'm going to take this with me and play around with it and see what I can get. But this is my latest nerd toy. You find what you want?
Yes.
Good. That's it. That's my showcase.
All right, guys. Also, I think a lot of you guys would be shocked. We're not using any lights right now.
Yeah, I was looking around looking for your lights. I saw.
This is a lamp. We're shooting on the Blackmagic Pixis on the Kato 40 millimeter. I know people love to hate on Blazar who have never tried them before, even though they're in my my DMs trying to get a free contact into there. But anyways, yeah, and then we just got a little neon sign up over there and another one back over there. That's the lighting setup.
Gary, you're right, by the way.
What's he saying?
He said I won't cuss on the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little bee.
No, I'm
Just like Cherry Warfield. You guys also, you guys don't know about Cherry Warfield. His muscles are fake. I told him I would never tell anybody, but sorry, bro. All right. So, the Fujiflm RF, right? That's why you guys are all here, right? Sorry, Connor, I'm blocking your face here. Need one more camera. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So, my favorite camera. This camera trumps the all my Hasselblads, all of whatever Sony's, whatever Lumix. It beats everything. It's my favorite. Which way is it? This is the Leica Q3 43. Okay. This is my most favorite camera. This thing is amazing for road trips, for still lifes, for portraits, for like random side of the road type stuff. It's amazing. The form factor, you can see I got Analogous's brass bottom plate. Like, look at that. You can't find accessories like that for Fuji. I forgot what the material is on here. We have this brass little thumb dial thing here that just holds onto your thumb right there. Again, no one's making accessories like this for Fuji. It's pretty depressing. Even the dot color, cover right here, I took off the Leica one, and this is from Analogous as well. I call it Analogous, but it's Analogous. We have the Polar Pro flip out square hood with the short stash filter. Okay. This thing's an F2 full frame, 43 millimeter. So for me, I like that compression. It's amazing for portrait works, fashion work. Like, I can use this camera on anything and everything. It's absolutely amazing. Now, my big dilemma is when I go on these road trips. I don't know if you guys can see in the backdrop here. That is an X-Pan print, and I took that on the Fujifilm TX1. The lens on that is a 45 millimeter. And I don't know if you guys know, but I sell those prints, okay? And it's become a thing that's given me a lot of motivation and drive to photograph things that isn't just fashion. X-Pan's been like the only thing to really pull me out of that and get me feel like I have different purpose of just creating. So with all that said, 43 millimeters is not a good X-Pan focal length. The lens on the Fujifilm TX1 is a 45 millimeter, which is like a 25 equivalent in full frame terms in the width. So, 43 millimeter isn't as tight. And I also have the 85 for that Fujifilm TX1. And I don't care for it. The 45 just gives you that expansive feeling. So, with that said, in the background over there, I have the Hasselblad 907X. That's a really beautiful camera. Yeah, I'll grab it for you guys.
You're really dragging this out. I know where you're going.
Yep. I mean, I already kind of.
It's not. Get to it.
Yeah. Hey, they're here on the live. They're hanging out.
Okay.
Again, a lot of these guys are in bed right now, cuddling their favorite camera.
True.
Because they're not objects anymore. They are personalities anyways. The Hasselblad 907X, you guys can see this thing is a work of art here. Absolutely gorgeous. And then I also have this, the Hasselblad X2D. Once again, a work of art. Absolutely beautiful. You can see the form factor is not ginormous. That's been my number one beef with the GFX line. They abandoned their whole aesthetic. Which for me is inspiring. I like cameras that look beautiful and that feel great in hand. But I'm a man of nostalgia. Call me what you want. So, this is the 25V from Hasselblad. This is a great lens. For serious X-Pan work, this thing is absolutely stunning. But, looking at that new GFX RF, the form factor, it's a 28 equivalent, so it's kind of close to the X-Pan, and it's an F4, similar to the X-Pan. Granted, the X-Pan is an incredibly large piece of film that it photographs on. It's two like 35 millimeter frames side by side, so you still get a totally different vibe. The X-Pan's not about bokeh at all. It's about the expansiveness. So I am intrigued to try the RF now as like a road trip X-Pan camera. Now, I have workarounds with this. So this is literally just my ADHD gas. Me wanting another camera.
Yeah,
I have too many. Crop Top Cherry Warfield and Kofi and I have been speaking about, getting rid of cameras because we're living in excess and it really does feel gross. We're just crying about opportunities here. But anyways, where did I just put that in the bag? This setup that I'm about to show you guys is absolutely, a really fun setup here. So let's take ugly ass Terry off the screen here. Yeah, you bet it is, Terry. Okay. I don't want to drop this lens. So this is obviously again the Hasselblad X2D. This is a Typoc. Come on. A Typoc 28 millimeter. This is a full frame lens, but when you put it into the X-Pan mode on the X2D, it clears. It has really bad vignetting until you close it down to, guess what? F4. I'm struggling here, guys. I'm just a YouTuber. I don't know how to put a lens on, okay? Ooh. What do you guys think? This is pretty beautiful. I absolutely love the Typoc lenses too because they're really clean and sharp, but still have a lot of juice and character behind them. So DZO is like the mother brand of Typoc. Absolutely a really fun setup here. But you can see this is it's semi-compact, still sharp. Again, you still have to close down to F4. So I do use this system. Now, the difference between this and Fujifilm, Fujifilm fixes some of the gripes that I have with this camera. And then there's other things that it doesn't do that I wish it did do that this camera does. For instance, this has electronic shutter because their actual lenses have leaf shutters. This is great for fashion work and flash photography and all that. So this is like a workhorse system. Then when you get the 907X in hand, this thing is inspiring. Terry keeps trying to steal this. He thinks it's a Hellcat or something. I don't know. But he keeps trying to steal this thing. And I absolutely love this camera. So, but this, obviously, this is the latest one that I got. And so obviously, I've been more romantic with it. I might cuddle it tonight, just like you guys are cuddling whatever camera you guys are. Probably a bunch of Canon shooters. But yeah, this is absolutely an amazing setup. But again, electronic shutter. So for X-Pan work, that's just fine. But if you're doing any portrait work or anything like that, and you move like this, like rolling shutter, rolling gun, you're gonna get all of that. So
it's actually bad in that camera, though.
Yeah, it actually is.
It actually is.
So
Things are happening in the chat. Yeah, I'm reading it.
So that's one thing. But my core thing with this is when it comes to road trip stuff, and I'm not sure if the photos are ever gonna go anywhere except for Instagram. Hasselblad doesn't have any compression ratios on this for their 100 megapixel sensor. So I think Fujifilm does though.
I haven't used one in a while.
Yeah, I believe
Kofi probably knows. He's in the chat.
Yeah, well, Kofi has the ancient one for his giant hands. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Fujifilm has that. The colors on here are absolutely amazing. Fujifilm obviously does have a little bit more fun color things that you can mess with. When it comes to editing and stuff, like this for pro work, I like this way more than the GFX personally. Hasselblad's lens lineup isn't as vast, but their lenses are pretty freaking solid. So I don't have any complaints with that. But anyways, this has been my go-to X-Pan stuff. And if I'm doing like a shot where I'm like, oh, I'm definitely wanting to print this and to share it so other people can like purchase the prints. Like it's, a really passion shot. I have a trip next week. I won't say where I'm going, but it's going to be a beautiful shoot. And, this setup I would love to use, but I do think that new Fujifilm RF would be the perfect camera for stuff like that because it's so compact. It's already f4 for X-Pan work. That's just fine.
Why not just bring because you want the wider field of view, so why not use your Leica?
Well, that's the thing, yeah. So Connor was just saying, why not use my Leica? I have the Q3 43. The 28 is amazing, but I love compression. So this is my issue is I love fixed lens cameras, but X-Pan's a totally different beast than it is than my daily driver, which would be the Q3 43. So
I personally think the Fujifilm is a little goofy.
Why's that? Go ahead. Why go through comments here?
I just think that the f4 is kind of a misstep because technically, technically, you get less bokeh than even the X100 which is crazy. I think they sacrifice too much for compactness, which I understand. But I think that they should have let the lens protrude a little bit more. I don't know the science or the engineering. I'm just talking. But to me, if it was like, a third more lens, I would take that to have a 2.8, something to the tune of that, equivalent even. So that's my opinion on it. I think it's just a goofy lens because it's like if you're in situations in less than an ideal light, you're expected to do ISO, which is whatever. It's just a really expensive X100. And if I want the sensor, then I would just use the GFX 100S.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Then use whatever lens I want.
Yeah. Well, while Connor was talking, Terry put this comment in the chat specifically for Connor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, specifically for Connor.
That's why I'm harping on Fujifilm.
Yep. Yeah, that does help. I've had a blessed year so far. I've taken on a few commercial jobs. I keep saying I'm not going to do any more commercial jobs, and then there I am doing commercial jobs, and then YouTube deadlines are piling up, and I'm just stressed and over exerting myself, like Terry trying to lift up a pencil. Yeah, dude, if only people knew. Ooh, all right, guys. Kofi and Tara fighting like little girls as usual.
They do that a lot.
Yeah. Bro, I've been there. I know the feeling. It's easier just to sleep in your car when the cameras are in there than to drag them in and out. Cody, what's up, buddy? Guys, go check out Cody. He's an indigenous photographer and artist. Freaking amazing. We're gonna end up linking up at some point. I believe he's in Oklahoma. Let's see. All right, y'all just being wild. Ask Connor what whiskey is that. Connor's drinking hot chocolate. It's his favorite.
This is hot chocolate with liqueur.
So do you want to do stills or video? This is stills. It doesn't matter for video. Yeah. We're talking about stills here, buddy.
Although the GFX, is it the 100, GFX 100 Mark II or S? I can't remember which one I was using. But
it's good for a video.
It actually is pretty stellar for video.
Yeah.
For what it is.
But yeah, so talking about the aperture on that new Fuji, I do think they really missed the mark on that. You have people like Terry Warfield doesn't know what he's ever talking about, just talking out his freaking loose butt. And so a lot of people are getting it confused because when you hear medium format, people just think, your aperture gets doubled. That's not how it works. So I only have one medium format film camera right now, I think. I got a burp. Yep. 645. I believe the crop ratio on that is 0.62. So say if you have a 50 millimeter lens, you're just going to multiply that by 0.62 and you're going to get like a 30 millimeter lens or something. I don't know, some 32. I don't know. But you also do that to your aperture. Now, when you do that, the exposure, the exposure and the ability to collect light does not change from the f-stop. What changes is your subject separation. That's what we're talking about when we're doing all this math for medium format and so full frame. So an f4, again, on a 645 medium format, which is like the smaller film ratio for medium format. Again, it's a 6.2 crop. So you're going to get like a f2.5 or something like that out of an f4 lens. When you go to 6.7 all the way up to 6.9, you're doubling that. So you're going to get more of like an f2 out of an f4. Now, for all these newer modern digital medium format sensors, the crop ratio on them is 0.79. So when you do that, f4 becomes a f3.2. So that doesn't mean you're collecting f3.2 worth of light. You are purely getting f3.2 type bokeh. That's what we're talking about at that equivalent focal length. So the lens on that Fuji GFX RF is basically, in full frame terms, a 28 millimeter f3.2. Now, the Leica Q3, the 28 millimeter version is a f1.7. So if you're somebody and you want subject separation, you can do a f1.7 on that Leica. And if you find one used, you could find them used for about 5,000 to 5,500 from what I saw. That lens is incredibly sharp. That's one of the rare cameras I've seen that on digital, it gives you like that medium format film pop where your subject's just popping off the background, even at 28 millimeters, yes. So that's a really special camera. This Q3 does a very similar thing, but also there's way more compression that I like because, again, I like shooting subjects usually. I know a lot of people on YouTube just like shooting Legos in their mom's basement, but anyways, so that's the major bummer. If they put a faster lens on that thing, I would have been all over that, like Terry at a massage parlor for certain people. Yeah. So if if they had a faster lens, and I know Fujifilm's marketing it as, like, oh, we want to keep it compact. That's great. But that thing's like this compact. That's really compact. I would have took something this long. Pause. I would have took something way bigger. and if they gave us like a f2.8, because that would have been like an f2. Even like a freaking f3.2, that would have made it more like a f2.8 or 2.5.
Well, the other thing is with the X100VI, I don't know where to put my head. With the X100VI, a lot of people were complaining that the lens didn't get an update, and that's an f2. And people were like, oh, it should have been faster. It should have been a 1.7, should have been a 1.4 in the newer version. So the fact that this is way slower than even that, I just don't get the... I love Fujifilm. I had the X-T3, X-T4. I rocked the X-T5 for a while. I've used the GFX 100S, the 100 original. I don't understand this camera personally. I get that we want a compact, fixed, medium format lens. The concept is great. I just don't get the lens.
Yeah, I really do think Fuji kind of missed the mark on it. I do see what they're trying to do. And again, the fact that I'm still contemplating buying it, but I am the biggest shill on YouTube, and I do have the most gas on YouTube. And I think I deserve it, so I might buy it for myself. Yeah, I deserve it for being the biggest show on YouTube. So yeah, I don't know, it's a complicated camera.
It's $5,000, by the way, Ryan. You asked how much is it?
Yeah. Also, I appreciate it, Darren. It's very kind of you. Yeah. The great thing is, like, I don't have to show any Terry's comments in the chat. Yeah, Ryan, it's 5,000 buckaroos.
Which is not outrageous for what it could have been.
TJ, what whose video? I really was it Bobby's video? I didn't finish watching his video yet. Also, shout out to Bobby. He's a beautiful man and very talented and very charismatic. He's an actor, of course. So, but yeah, I am curious to see that because if anybody watched any of my X100VI coverage, I shoot out in the desert and sun a lot. And at full max shutter speed, I think it's like 1/2000 or 4000, the bokeh's hideous on that thing. There's some weird issue that's happening with their leaf shutter, and they're causing issues. So I was curious if this was going to have a similar thing, because I heard somebody say that it's probably like the same mechanism. So I'm hoping it's not like that. But if the bokeh is way better, that's a really good sign. Yeah, facts, dude. If it was a faster lens, like, I would have been like, done, say less. Again, I wouldn't have minded if the lens protruded another like 2 times what it is, or even 3 times what it is, or a freaking option or something. I don't know. Maybe they'll do something that Leica did with coming out the Q3 The issue is with that is it's Fujifilm. They're probably gonna do one little thing. Fujifilm always does this. They make the most amazing, fun cameras that just really excite you, but there's always one little thing where it's like, oh.
It's not full frame.
Yeah. If they just did full frame, like, let's be honest, guys, they would solve a lot of their issues here. But yeah, I mean, one thing we should probably talk about here, we just had a meeting with the company. We can't talk about it, obviously. but we're meeting with like the head engineers, like some of the guys that designed cameras and stuff, like insane opportunities. And a lot of the times as YouTubers, we get access to things like that. And what you learn is a lot of these engineers, they're not filmmakers, they're not photographers. They didn't, they didn't start with having cameras in hands, and they're not passionate about it like we are. So they rely on us and our input. Now, the other part of engineers, a lot of them are kind of hard-headed because, they have ideas and they put a lot of effort into these ideas. And so when an artist and a douchebag YouTuber comes up and basically says, that's dumb, that's useless, they get combative. This has happened time after time with every brand that I've gotten to speak to with their engineers. And some of them will admit it. But yeah, they are very stern with their what they think is right and what is wrong. But again, when it comes to art, there is no right or wrong a lot of times. There's just, things we prefer. So I appreciate it again, Darren. Very, 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 very kind up in the chat right now. It's going to feel gimmicky. Also, the X106 is a better travel fun IG cam than the RF. I used to love the X100. Like, I really did love it. Oh, look, I got thumbs down. Shout out to the hater up in the chat. You're probably watching. What's up, buddy? What's up? What's up, you hater? How's it feel? How's it feel to watch me? Anyways, I don't know. The X100 does have pretty solid build quality. Honestly, it's nowhere close to this Hasselblad. This is a unibody chunk of aluminum, I believe. This thing's a tank, but also it's not as heavy as some people say. Granted, I'm used to carrying cinema cameras and stuff. Like, again, this is the freaking Pixis we're streaming on. It's obnoxious. So, yeah, I don't know if it'll feel gimmicky. I don't know. Yeah. Jarrell. Bro, I'm sorry I don't have any Canons in this house and are on this live here. I apologize. Oh, I didn't see this news.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know what the politics are behind it. I've actually have tried to connect a couple of dots for, I can't say too much. But again, having access to engineers and designers and stuff, I've tried my best to connect certain things. So we'll see what comes of that. Kofi, don't try. Don't make me reveal your bank account. What money do they use in Africa?
Rubles.
Rubles.
No, that's bullshit.
Hi Cam, DJI LiDAR versus anamorphic lens with autofocus. Totally different things, broski. The autofocus anamorphic things is still fairly new, but for when it comes to YouTube content, I've been this has been glued to my YouTube content creation. This has been glued to my tripod and gimbal and my hand, my truck, my Bronco, all over the place, just because this setup is amazing. Now, I'm dying for Blazar to create an L-mount version because I'm tired of using this A7C2. I don't have any issues with it, but, in this household, there are now cameras that are just like, have far surpassed it at this point with different mounts. Lumix, Nikon, definitely not Canon, but, so yeah, it's a totally different beast. The beautiful thing with the DJI LiDAR is if you already have a bunch of cinema lenses, you can use it with all of them versus having to invest in a specific lens and a mount versus the GFX 50R. Honestly, I think if you're on a budget, the 50R is it's a beautiful experience. I actually owned it years back. I think like 5 years back now, maybe even longer than that. I was slapping on that damn 250 millimeter thing, which that lens is like this. And so I had a little wood grip on that 50R and it was so uncomfortable, but I was just obsessed with using that whole setup on there. Oh, look at that. We got a super chat. Oh, I was his first. I popped Jarrell's super chat cherry. Yeah. Thanks, bud. Now, if you just do like 50 more of those, and then you'll pay me back for all the super chats on your guys' live. Okay, where do we go? Terry, man, Terry, you need to go to bed, bro. Yeah, if you're on a budget, dude, the 50R is a beautiful experience. I actually like that sensor a little bit more. There's something unique about it. I don't know what it is. I think the GFX 100 sensor can be overkill sometimes. So for day-to-day use, again, I would love to use my X2D way more, but the files are just freaking ginormous on it. So if I'm just out trying to have fun, it kills my hard drives. And so I really wish they would put, I don't know, maybe I'll make a video about this so Hasselblad can see it. But I really wish they would put compression options on here and all that, so I can actually use this as a daily. For instance, this is my Leica M11 here. This has that 62 megapixel Sony sensor. The Leica Q3 43. Again, this guy has the same exact sensor. There's a beautiful feature in that to where you can do compression ratios. So you could turn it to like a 33 megapixel sensor. If you're using that as a daily, that's a beautiful freaking feature to have. Again, Hasselblad doesn't have that. If they did have that, I would probably be carrying this around town with me like a douchebag. But yeah, on the aperture, I'm not convinced this lens will even give the medium format look. Yeah, all the videos I saw, you know, when you're capturing beautiful scenery, you know, lens design's not as important. But when you start capturing still life and subjects and portraits and stuff, that's where lens design really comes into play. Again, this Leica Q3 43, the way they designed this lens, there's not swirly bokeh to it, but there's something charming behind the bokeh to this lens. And it's an APO, so it's incredibly sharp. But oddly, it's not Sony G Master sharp. So it's not going to make your skin look like sandpaper, but your eyelashes will all be crazy separated, if that makes sense. So I don't know what the hell they did, what kind of magic they put in this thing, but this thing has been absolutely, it's just, I don't know. This thing's hard to leave my hand when I finally get in a routine that I'm able to use it. Obviously, you know, as tube douchers, we're drowning in cameras and embargoes and stuff. So part of me misses just being able to have one or two cameras in my ownership. But yeah, so yeah, I'm interested in finding out. I hit up my Fujifilm contact, and I don't think he likes me because half of the time we'll talk about lining up a loaner and then it just never happens. So I don't know if Fujifilm hates me. I don't know. What's the poor man's Q3? The Nikon ZF, I think. It's not exactly the same camera, but you do get the same like kind of romantic feeling from it, I would say. Outside of that, the Fujifilm X Pro 3 maybe.
Yeah, X Pro 3 is cool.
Obviously the X106. Again, I kind of fell in love with the X106, especially, I'm telling you guys, when you try one of Leica's Q systems, and then you go back to a Fujifilm X100, maybe this is why Fujifilm doesn't want to work with me, but the X100 images look like a disposable camera in comparison to the image quality off of this. So, you know, I'm not all about image quality. I'm all about character. So somehow they still pumped in a lot of character in there. I hate clinical. Clinical's my nemesis, which I know goes against what everybody's brainwashing on marketing has told them, and they want to fight over it. But yeah. Might get flack for this, but the original GFX Vidar with the wood grip is better looking camera. Ooh, those are fighting words, James. I don't know. You guys in the chat, let me know. Do you agree with that, or do you think James is just on drugs? You let me know. Let's get technology. Terry, you better knock it off.
I'm ready.
And 50mm 3.5 is actually kind of exactly that for $1,000 more and cheaper if you find a used one. What's 3.5 in terms of Fuji's crop?
Probably 2.8.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it's going to be here.
Give or take.
Yeah, it's basically a 2.8. Yeah, and 2.8 on, again, medium format. The magic behind medium format is you can rock the same focal length that, like equivalent on a full frame camera. And what you'll notice is, a 35 millimeter on a digital medium format like this will have less distortion because it's a tighter focal length, but you're getting the width of a full frame 28 millimeter. So by able to getting a step closer to your subject, you're decreasing the distance between your subject and increasing the distance between the subject and the background. When you do that, you get more bokeh. That's really what the math comes down to with medium format. But again, when you're at f4, you kind of are just making that, you're throwing some of that juice out the window. Wait your money. Awesome. Oh, I'll wait it. No, I won't wait it. I'll waste it.
Read your title.
Wait. Oh, damn. I thought I was roasting you. I was roasting myself. Typical me, just completely ignorance. Just.
I was reading your title, trying to figure out what you meant, and then I was like, waste. Oh, it's just a typo.
With all your amazing cameras, do you still shoot? I mean, yes. Depending on what releases are coming up, like, again, if I didn't have to do like embargo videos and getting to mess with like newer cameras, like I like doing that. If I wasn't doing all that, the Q3 43 would be on everything. I like that camera so much, and I have a dilemma because the Leica Q3 43, the Leica M11 with this Leica KOB 35 Summicron f2 lens, those two systems, I absolutely am obsessed with them to the point where if I'm using the Q3 43 too much, I feel like I need to lock it up and put it away to start using this more. So, and then vice versa, there's times where I start using this more and I'm like, I'm neglecting. So I don't know. My issue is I do too many different things. I missed when I was just shooting fashion and then a little bit of like road trip stuff. And now it's like just a million different things with, I don't know. Maybe I've always been shooting different things. I don't know. Check out the Pentax 645D. Yeah, I had the film 645D or 645 AF. I don't know. I had the Pentax one. I had the Mamiya AFD, and then the older Mamiya one. I had a RZ67, a RB67. I have a Fujifilm GS645 Pro with like, I think it's like an 80 millimeter lens on it. Absolutely love that, but I did break it when I was in Wyoming. One of the times I was in Wyoming. Let's see. So speaking to your talent shooting in bright situations where you don't have a lot of control, how do you maximize and depth and details in the scenarios you can't control everything? Kind of confused what your question is. I mean, that's kind of down to your aperture, if that's what you're saying. As I mature a little bit, again, I've been shooting since, I guess technically since I've been 18. I'm now 35. And yeah, I think when I was 18, I bought my first camera. That's what it was, I think. And before the camera even arrived, I studied how to use a flash, off-camera flash, all of that. So when I ordered everything, I got all of it at once. Within a week, I was like shooting models and stuff with like off-camera flash and all that. I was obsessed. I'm still obsessed with photography. And yeah, anyways, throughout all the years, I learned, actually Fujifilm taught me this when I was shooting on the TX or XT2, and their 55 to 180 variable aperture telephoto. I noticed a lot of my photography on fashion shoots or commercial shoots with that setup. I really liked it more than when I started to use full frame cameras with telephoto f2.8 lenses. And that was because when you're zoomed all the way out to like that 200 millimeter area, f4, f5.6, I actually prefer that look when zoomed out that far. Because you're not just getting a messy, blurry background. You're actually seeing the scene. You're actually setting the atmosphere. So I think now I could kind of sum it up is when it comes to wider focal lengths, I love fast lenses because you could still, I think it's beautiful to get as much of the environment as possible while still keeping separation between your subject and the backdrop. So, and then once when I start zooming in a little bit, like once when I get to like the 75 or 85 millimeter zone, 2.8 f4, I'm totally okay with it. But again, this is for specifically using talent and models and stuff. 4K for that camera. Which camera? Jarrell. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. Whoa. Wait, what does it say? Oh.
When you ask me what current.
Kid Rock on YouTube Live. Now that's something you don't see every day. Hey, where's my MAGA hat? I'm just kidding, guys. I would never. Freaking disgusting. Connor just cringed.
It's in my room.
Let's see. Cody, if we meet up, brother, I will bring all of my toys for you to try out. Yeah, I think all guys, again, Cody's work shoots amazing indigenous powwows and events and everything. So again, go check out his channel. I've been pushing him to do more content. We need more indigenous people up on here. Yeah, guys, Terry agrees. The ZF is the poor man's Q3. Let's see. So you think the 50R with the wood grip looks better than new Fuji? What if the new Fujiflm GFX RF had a wood grip? I think Tilta just teased that. What if it had that? Ooh. Agree with Jugs. So we got a lot of druggies in the chat. That's cool. Okay. Here's a little thing about me, guys. I've never tried any hard drugs. Ever. Don't plan on it either. I'm a grandpa. Why does Fuji Summit videos look so amateur? So, I don't know. I didn't watch it. Oh, if we're counting that, then yeah, I do drugs. I should be banned from doing lives, guys. I'm gonna get myself banned here. Does the X100V at MSRP still make sense considering the X106 is at MSRP is out? No.
It's weird that the 100V holds that value still.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's a great camera, but there's, in my mind, for that money, there's definitely even other options out. I don't want to say better options, but different options. Did I make mistakes? Best for child portraits. I mean, buddy, that's up to you. Personally, for me, like this Typoc 28mm, I struggle shooting at 28 millimeters. I don't know what it is.
I love 28.
Yeah. So, some people are wrong and they love, no, okay. Some people love 28.
I do portraiture though.
Well, then that's a big thing. If you're doing, landscapes and travel stuff, 28's just fine. But even for travel stuff, I don't like 28. I prefer like a 35 and up. I don't know if you guys watch, I think his name's Fazell. I'd probably just butcher that, but his last name's Wes Scott. He's become one of my favorite YouTubers, and he just does a lot of photography, and does a lot of street photography. And usually, I think those guys tend to shoot wider, but he shoots 50, and I think it's gorgeous. I think it's stunning. I don't know. I guess it's talking about, if you're brave, you do go wide and you get in people's faces and scare them. I guess that's what street photographers like to do. I don't know. Personally, I like compression. And Q2, since you have the Q3 43, you have lots of experience with that, Karen, do you think? Oh, 1000%, dude. The autofocus for object tracking is not great. It's Lumix's cameras is similar, even for the photography stuff. Object tracking is not great. Sony still has everybody beat on that. But when it comes to face detection, all that, I have almost no issues. My only gripe with this, wrong camera. My only gripe with the Q343 is there's no back button focusing. I'm a diehard back button focusing guy. I guess some of the kids say, oh, you don't need that when you have tracking, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, because if your tracking slips or if you want to find a different tracking thing, you have to take your finger back off of there, redo everything. If you just do back button focusing, you just hold it down while it's tracking and you just start taking shots. Like to me, it's way easier. So you can't do this on this camera. So for me, I get a little bit annoyed and it does slow me down not having that and having to track everything through the shutter button and take the photos. But the compression you get off of that, I could, again, if I had to choose one camera for my desert island camera, I think it would probably be that Leica Q3 43, honestly. Or maybe this X2D with the 55V. I don't know. Probably the Leica. Or if I had unlimited film for that deserted island, Leica MP. This thing really, the experience of being a photographer without all the congestion and noise of all this freaking gear and the gas and everything. When this thing, you pick this up in your hand, you start using it, it's like the world goes silent and you could just be a photographer. So yeah, I'm shilling hard for Leica. I have no contacts with them. Don't worry, guys. Yeah. Cedric, but about the Blazar Remix B set because of you, and I love them. Bro, I appreciate that. It's funny because there's a lot of haters on the Blazar thing around like content creators and people who put their face on the internet. In reality, though, I see those things. They're everywhere now. They're like roaches that I love. And yeah, they're it's crazy. I'll be out in the streets and I'll randomly see a Blazar lens on like the most like janky rig. And I'm like, that's freaking sick. Or we'll be at camera stores or just anywhere in different countries. I'm like, holy crap. There's like those Blazar lenses are everywhere.
I think that people hate that they're accessible and decent.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think the other thing is too, I'll talk about this all day. I have a lot of YouTubers and content creators that DM me asking me for a contact to get them into Blazar. Most people, if I love their work, I will try my best to connect them. But the reality is I have no, I don't run Blazar. I have no ownership in Blazar. I have no control over who gets access to those lenses. And so I think the thing going on here is the supply and demand is so crazy for Blazar now to where I think, I haven't talked to them about this, but I'm making assumptions here. But I think maybe what's happening is, they are trying to keep up with demand because of how popular they got overnight, basically. That's like, why would you just keep sending out free lenses to content creators to pimp out if you can't even keep up with the current demand so far? So they're keeping up with it. But the issue is, things take time. And if they bombard themselves, they're going to have to expand operations. And that's kind of the issue that I won't name any company names, but some of them are in debt. Some of them had to lay people off of recent, the past 12 months. Some of them are trying to figure out how to get their debt out and coming up with more affordable options and all of that. Blazar's team, from what I know, is a fraction of what some of these other lens companies did. So I think it's wiser for them to, not bloat. But anyways, appreciate, yeah. Oh, buddy, in real life, I'd be talking about politics all day. It drives kind of crazy.
It's a lot.
Yep. I'm into it because I'm 35. I'm indigenous. It really affects us, and I care. Thank you, brother. This is my Roadrunner LUTs. You can find them not in the description because this is last minute. But yeah, I'm literally running my Blackmagic Road. Actually, I don't even think I ever posted these. I should probably do that. My Roadrunner LUTs for the Blackmagic. So it's literally baked into the Pixis right here. This is why I love streaming with the Pixis. The meeting we had today, I even told them that they need to get some,
Careful what you say.
Yep. Are any of the D cams better than the MP? D, what's the D cam?
Are we talking about Leica?
D cam.
I don't know.
Are you being dirty? Are you being dirty? Ooh, bro, hands down, freaking Peter Lindbergh. His, you said it right there in the chat. I really loved his relationships with the models and how he stripped away all of the glitz and glamour, and he brought out the humanity behind the model while still pushing the fashion. And while doing that, I think he kind of revealed that if you want to sell to people, you should be more grounded, even if you're using some of the most unrealistically beautiful human beings on earth. You know, taking all that makeup off and just simply shooting them and photographing them. He was a portrait photographer who was getting booked for fashion stuff. So I absolutely love that. I love, you know, capturing the human experience and sharing that and documenting that, whether it's about fashion or not, or my indigenous roots, all of that. You know, that's kind of what I live for. And Peter Lindbergh really, you know, encapsulated that.
Sure.
Yeah. Inclusion on the Pro short sets everyday filter that you mentioned. I absolutely love it. There has been a couple times where I wish I didn't have it on there. And while shooting it, I probably saw that and I probably should have took it off. But for 90% of the time, absolutely love it. There are parts where the diffusion, you really see it. So I wouldn't mind if they actually made an even more subtle version, honestly. What's up from the Middle East? Yeah, dude, I've been loving the Apex. The 35 Apex has been glued to my hands. Oh, D stands for digital. So you weren't being dirty. Are any of the digital cams better than the MP? I mean, that's what makes it better. The MP is very simplistic. That's kind of the beauty behind it is I have a lot of other film rangefinder cameras, and the issue is, you know, the viewfinders are not super clear. The meters not super readable. Just like the whole functioning is not super robust. And so when you pick up a Leica, when it comes to the film stuff, all of that, there's zero issues. They just work. Everything's just so precise, so clean, so well built. And yeah. So that does portray over to their digital stuff like a M11 here. Same exact pretty much build quality and precision. Got an X9 or S9 to me. I'm clearly starting to love this camera. I have a S5 IIX I barely shot with, but still love. Yeah, dude. I use the S9 a lot for YouTube stuff. Putting those 1.8 primes on there, that is absolutely an easy, fluid system to use. But since we got the S1R2s in, I have been using that even more just because the image quality on there is insane. But all right, guys. That's pretty much it. That was a fun little live here. We're right about an hour. I'll ride the next 2 minutes out. If you guys have any other questions that you want to talk about. Yeah, I just really want to share that about the new Fuji. I am tempted to buy it as an X-Pan camera, even though I absolutely love this system right here. I am really content with this system here. But, you know, curiosity killed the cat, and I do really want to at least try it out. Again, I hit my contact. I don't know if he dislikes me or not, but if I get my hands on it, I will 1000% do a shill video and share it with you guys. But yeah, also I gotta show you guys real quick. I'm gonna show you guys what this leaf shutter sounds like on this Hasselblad X2D. Well, maybe not because the camera's dead. Never mind. I didn't charge it. I lied. Oop. Let's see. Let me also show you guys real quick. Oops. May have just dropped that whole bag. Let me just show you guys what this Taipak looks like on the Hasselblad 907X. This thing is even more inspiring than the X2D. The reason I like the X2D a little bit more is purely just for the viewfinder on it. But you see, that's the Hasselblad 907X right there with the Taipak 28mm. You guys can see this is an incredibly beautiful experience here. And the electronic shutter for X-Pen work is zero issue for me personally. For fashion work, the electronic shutter hasn't really been an issue. There has been a couple of times where, you know, if the model's doing some cool movements, this really isn't the system for that. Unless you're using native mount lenses with the leaf shutters. But yeah, absolutely love this. See, now that I'm holding this, I'm like, maybe I don't want that GFX RF. I know. I got to try it first before I make any final conclusions here. But yeah, beautiful setup. Again, I really, 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 really love these Typoc lenses. I'm trying to work with them so I can do a video showcasing their whole lens set. One, just so I can have the whole lens set. But two, I want to make a point about it with, you know, them having very sharp glass, but with some character in there simply from the lens design. Yeah, I really love Bruce Weber's work as well. I do know there's some controversial stuff that came out about him. So I don't know. It's hard when stuff like that comes out about somebody whose work you appreciate, because it's like, it just ruins the work for you, you know? Okay, so thoughts on the new Laura's, I know you meant Laowa, new 2X Anamorphic. I have the Nanomorph zooms, and I obviously, you know, I did a sponsored video with them, and I held on to the lenses because I was like, oh, these will probably come in handy. But every time I use them, you know, they didn't always work out just because they're so flat. They don't have a whole lot of character. So they're great if you're just simply trying to get the anamorphic D-stretch to match an edit. But, you know, there wasn't enough character on there. So I started to opt out for like my Blazar Remus 125 millimeter, and then just cropping into Super 35 mode on whatever camera we're using. And yeah, because that still gives you a little bit more character. I like the softness that Anamorphic comes with, especially on the edges. I love barrel distortion and everything. So the new Laowa 2X Anamorphic zooms, I think they kind of fixed that a little bit. There's a little bit more juice in that bokeh while still holding on to some of the sharpness, but it's 2X, so there's only so much sharpness you can get. Sadly, they're still Super 35. So yeah, I'm interested in seeing if anything crazy gets announced at NAB. When it comes to lenses, sometimes I get early access to things and other times I don't. The sad part with all the Blazar covers I've done, because I really do love those lenses. You know, I've done 2, I think, paid sponsored videos for Blazar. But if you go on my channel, there's like freaking 15 Blazar videos or something like that now. And I just love sharing things on my channel that I care about and that I personally enjoy. And so, you know, other brands, they don't like that. I just got another thumbs down. What's up, hater? Yeah. I rode with you since the X2-3 days, and I just want to say I appreciate you. That cam got stolen. I love that damn thing. To replace it. Bro, thank you for hanging out so long on my channel here. It's been interesting because since I went full-time, obviously the channel has changed a lot. And I feel like my early audience was heavily Fujifilm type stuff. And so now when I do a lot of content, I feel like a lot of those guys don't tune in, sadly. And which is sad to me because, you know, some of my videos I put a lot of heart into, and whatever experiences I've had and learned, I try to share on my channel, and I hope to do even more. I'm trying so hard to share even more of that stuff. Yeah, anyways, I appreciate you, you know, riding the wave with me here. To replace the X2 III, the Nikon ZF, I absolutely love that thing, and I think it's a gateway drug for Fujifilm shooters to enter full frame. Very similar handling experience. It has more density than Fujifilm because they, you know, they've gone to more plastic cameras these days, and yeah, the ZF is still metal, I believe. So, should I buy DJI Ronin 4D AK? Yes. Just kidding. If you find yourself doing a shit ton of gimbal work, yes. That is such a magical camera. I use it a lot for jobs. So you guys may not see it a whole lot on the channel, but it's definitely being used on jobs and little things here and there. And yeah, I absolutely love that camera. So if you feel like you are the type of person that would get you know, the actual use case out of it, it's hands down an easy win. There has been a couple of people on YouTube trashing on the camera, but those people either borrowed it or they bought it and they never even registered the camera, which is a little bit suspicious. And they had issues with the way you register it, which is suspicious. They would shoot, their dogs in the backyard with it and say, oh, it's unusable. They never use it on professional shoots. So they're literally just people trying to anger others online. So you gotta be careful on this stuff. I wish people could see through others' bullshits and lies, but yeah. Mario Testino, I think it was in Peru, or was it when I was in Costa Rica? I forgot. I was somewhere for a job and they had a museum there for him. And I really want to go see it, but I guess it's right around when he got canceled. Once again, these 90s photographers were up to some wild stuff. And, fast forward 30 years or however long it's been, they're all getting canceled. All right, last question right here, guys. Dude, as someone who hasn't developed his eye for color yet, your videos are some of the best examples of what actually can be done. Appreciate your... Oh, that was a question. I appreciate it. Let me show you guys a... let me show you guys a comment I got today and the reply I gave them. I make myself laugh. So this random person, let me clean my damn screen. Jesus. I'm just exposing myself for being a grimy phone person. So, okay, you guys aren't gonna be able to see it. This guy commented on my Sony ZV-E1 video that I shot a powwow with. And he said, why does all your footage look so bad? It looks old and rustic. Can we see it without all the damaged colors? That's what he said. I replied, why are you so ugly? I make myself laugh. Yeah, just so ironic. I appreciate it though. I'm obsessed with, color and seeing it in the world and everything. I actually dabble it in a video that I think might be out on Monday. I kind of dabble into some of my color theory and color science ideas and stuff. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do a dedicated video about it. I want to line up a really smart sponsorship for it because I think the information is pretty valuable. So, I might as well try to get a sponsor on it because I think in the long run, the video will do really well. So I don't know, maybe I'll link up with Film Convert possibly because I do like their film emulations for people who, don't want to use LUTs or anything like that. Oh, I missed a bunch of stuff. Okay. Let me get through these and I'm popping off of here. Any thoughts on the camera saddle? I don't get it. I'm seeing a lot of people use it. It's literally a pillow with a strap on it. I'd rather just use a camera strap personally. Jericho, Jesus, sold me a Canon 85 f1.8. I think I used it on that was actually when I first got a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. I had a group of friends that were like, dude, you should do video. Like it'd be perfect for you. Bought that camera, used that lens on it. I put some Vidatlantic anamorphic inserts to give it an anamorphic look. Went and shot still, I think, one of my best videos. It was my first video with the cinema camera, and I think still one of my best videos. I used it on that shoot. I got home and I realized that thing was disgusting. There was dirt all in that. And so I was like, bro, I need that money back. I need you to take this lens back. And the next thing you know, he's traveling the world with me, basically, making money off me. So you never know. You want my Lumix S9, but no new L-mount option coming this year. Straight. Yeah, I'm hoping they do L-mount. We'll see. They actually got, ship lenses out first. They're still manufacturing the lens. So one thing at a time. Again, that's the downside with a smaller team, but the upside of smaller teams, a lot of other good things. So, James, I think I follow you on Threads, and I think you do a lot of darkroom prints, correct? I have not, and I am dying to do that because every photographer that I follow that does darkroom prints, I am obsessed with the look. I try to recreate it in post. It's almost impossible. So I don't know where you're at, James, but if we ever get to link up, dude, and you're doing stuff like that, I'm down to collab, showcase you on the channel. If you want to teach me how to do darkroom prints, because that's something that's really on my bucket list. I really want to make presets that mimic it. Obviously, it's never going to be as good as film, but I would love to do side by side, shooting on a digital camera and then on a film camera, doing darkroom prints and then making presets to kind of match it. Yeah, that Remus, I don't know if you guys saw my Fujifilm XM5 video, but that 35 Super 35 lens is amazing. You're all good, brother. Emerson, bro, you're tuned in late. I'm about to pop off here. Dude, I'm so bummed we didn't get to hang out last time. You need an off-road vehicle, bro. Connor disappeared, but Connor actually has, I think, a vintage Contax Zeiss. And that lens is shockingly sharp. Oh, wait, it's right here. Connor's wild. He's charging his camera with the iPhone brick. So I think this is a Zeiss Contact. Let me see. Made in Japan. I don't know. You tell me. I'm pretty sure that's a Zeiss Contact lens. That Connor freaking is obsessed with this lens specifically. He's always shooting with it. It's manual focus, obviously. And then I have a video coming out again on Monday with this guy here. I know it's a mess. Yes, that's a Canon Rebel T5i. Fun video coming out Monday. But I did pair up this Blazar Neuro anamorphic front adapter. And then Connor was like, what is that? I was like, you've never seen this? So I showed him how to set up and everything, and he's obsessed with this setup. And I was shocked because I didn't know that this old vintage lens was going to be that sharp. So, yeah, it looks great. But your question, the Typox Samara C or vintage, I would possibly go with the Typox Samara C's. Again, Typox really did a freaking beautiful job at making those lenses sharp, but with a lot of character. So they basically remade vintage lenses, let's be honest, but with modern day glass, and I absolutely am all for it. Dang, bro. Okay. I'm gonna have to go check that. What lab is that out there? Because there's a lab out there that a lot of people use, right? I use Wilson's Film Lab in Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona, and they crush it. Like I tell them kind of like the look I want, and they know if they can do it in scanning, or if they'll just give me flat scans, basically. Knowing that I'm going to tune it, and sometimes they'll warm it up already for me, knowing that I like the warmer look. So, yeah. Yeah, I still live by that too. I will say, when it comes to Sony's stills, like raw photos, there still is a couple extra things I have to do sometimes to make sure the skin tones are where I want them. But for the most part, I'm still able to make it look like the rest of my work, to the point where, people will be on my Instagram saying like, oh, is this Canon? Is this film? What is this? So yeah, Siri is going to send me out their 20 millimeter. For a while there, Siri wasn't working with me, but just recently they started working with me again, which is awesome. I love that. They're like the OGs in affordable anamorphic, so I'm still grateful for everything they're doing here. The 40 millimeter is great. It shockingly was better than I expected, but wide open. That bokeh was kind of tacky. It's like stop sign looking bokeh. But I heard the 20 millimeter bokeh is a little bit better, but again, it's 20 millimeter anamorphic. So there's only so much bokeh you can get. Oh, James, brother, dude, send me an iPhone video or something of your process, or dude, make a freaking YouTube video about it. Yeah, guys, go check out Emerson's channel. Emerson, if you want to put your IG in the chat, he shoots a lot with our homie Ben Christensen, who's also like a legend. I wish I lived in Arizona because I would be attached to their hips on all their shoots. But yeah, Emerson crushes it with those FD lenses. Absolutely beautiful work. The flaring on them's outstanding too. Yeah, Emerson, if I get to keep any of those Samara C's next time I'm in Arizona, we have to freaking link up and try to shoot something fun. But all right, guys, I'm dwindling here. I was supposed to edit tonight. I'm still going to try. We'll see. I'm probably going to take my my sleep gummies that kind of make me high a little bit so I could pass out here. But yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in. It was pretty, it was a chill live, and I got to talk about the Fuji stuff. We'll see if I end up buying it. I think I might. We'll see. If Fuji doesn't loan me one, I'll buy it. All right. Peace out.